I remember when my old Honda Civic started leaking coolant like a sieve. I was young, broke, and desperate, so I turned to a head gasket sealer as a Hail Mary. I bought one of those miracle-in-a-bottle solutions, hoping it would buy me some time, maybe a few months until I could scrape together enough cash for a proper repair. Surprisingly, it worked, and not just for a few months. That sealer kept my car running for another full year. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't a high-tech foolproof solution. I was lucky. I've heard stories from friends where it only lasted a few weeks, if that. It's a hit or miss because it depends on the extent of the damage and the compatibility of the sealer with your engine. I remember being so relieved to avoid immediate repair costs. However, I was also acutely aware that it was a temporary fix. Every time I drove, there was that underlying anxiety of, is this the day the sealer gives out? Eventually, I saved up enough and took the car to a mechanic for a proper repair. So, for me, the longest time a head gasket sealer worked was a year, but I wouldn't bet on it again. If you're in a bind, it might buy you some time. Just don't forget, the real fix is going to require rolling up your sleeves, or paying someone who will. Also, keep an eye on your coolant levels and monitor your engine temperature to avoid a catastrophic failure. If you find yourself reaching for the sealer, consider it a brief respite rather than a long-term solution.